Hi all, welcome to the video lecture of CE 303 Structural Analysis 2. So now we are discussing about Module 2 Slope Deflection Method. Next topic is Analysis of Frame. In the previous lecture, we were discussed about the analysis of continuous beam. Now we start analysis of frames. So the frames which may classified into mainly two types, non-sway frames and sway frames. That is the frame without side sway and frame with the side sway. So what do you mean by sway? Sway means the side movement of the end of a column in a frame is called sway. If there is any side movement, either left to right or right to left, the side movement of a column in a frame is called simply sway. First we consider the frames without side sway, that is the non-sway frames. In frames, the axial deformations are much smaller than the bending deformation and hence they are neglected in the analysis. That is, we already discussed in the assumptions. That is the axial deformation. That is the axial deformation of the beam are very much small when compared to the bending deformation. Hence, the axial deformation of the beam is neglected in the analysis of analysis using slope deflection method. So with this assumption, some frames will not have side sway. That is, the frame will not be displaced to the right or left. Such frames are called non-sway frames. Then frame do not side sway if, what are the conditions? That is, if they are strained against the side sway. If there is any restraint against this side sway, then the frame will not have any side sway moment. The frame geometry and loading is symmetrical. If there is any symmetry in geometrical or loading, then there will not be any side sway moment. So the analysis of such a rigid frames, that is non-sway frame, by slope deflection equation essentially follows the same step as that of the continuous beam. So non-sway frame can be analyzed by using the same procedure as that of an analysis of continuous beam. The procedure will be same as that of continuous beams. So next, these are the figures showing different frames. First, figure A. Figure A, we can see that the frame ABCD. The frame ABCD, there is a horizontal load of W is acting on the joint B. Due to this horizontal load, there is a side sway movement from the left to right of the column AB. So this delta is, that is a deformation, that is that this difference is known as sway. Here also the support CD, member CD also changed to new position C-D. The delta will be same for both AB and CD. This is a sway frame. The sway is mainly due to this horizontal load acting on the column AB. So there is no symmetry in loading and there is not any support in the beam level to resist this sway. So therefore it is a sway frame. Okay. Next, consider the figure B. In figure B, there is a horizontal load acting on the joint B, but there is a support is provided at the joint C. So the sway due to this horizontal load will be resisted by the support at C. If there is any sway, there is any movement due to this horizontal load will be resisted by the support at C. So this will be a non-sway frame. Similarly, when we consider the figure C, this also there is a horizontal load is acting at the point B and also there is a support at the beam level. Since a fixed support is provided at this beam level, the side sway movement due to this horizontal load will be resisted by this support. So this figure C also a non-sway frame. When we consider the figure D, there is a centrally concentrated load is acting in the member BC, that is B. This is column and this is beam. This is again column. So By considering this figure, we can say that it is symmetry in geometry as well as in loading. When we consider a section here, it is symmetrical about, that is the left hand side and right hand side of the section will be symmetrical. Hence, it is a non-sway frame. Similarly, consider figure E. Here also there is a concentrated load W is acting at a distance A from the joint B. Similarly, one more load is acting at a distance A from C. When we consider a section here, the left hand side and right hand side section of this frame will be symmetrical. Hence, due to the symmetry in loading as well as in geometry, it is also a non-sway frame. Next, figure F, in which there is a horizontal load of W is acting along the column AB. When we consider a section here, there is another load of W, same magnitude. W is acting in the opposite direction on the column CD. So when we consider a section, it is symmetrical about the loading and geometry. The side sway due to this load W. Since the horizontal load is acting on the member AB, there is a chance of side sway. So the side sway due to this load W will be resisted by this load W. Since the magnitude of the both load will be same, they are acting in opposite direction. Hence the side sway will be resisted by this opposing load. Hence this also a non-sway frame. Okay, so these are the non-sway frame. B, C, D, E and F are non-sway frame, and the figure A is a sway frame. Since the horizontal load acting on the column AB, there is no resisting load or resisting support is not provided in the column CD. Hence this is a sway frame and delta is represented as sway. So next comes to sway frames. So what are the reasons for sway? What are the conditions to be checked whether the frame is sway or non-sway frame? So first one is the eccentric or symmetrical loading on the portal frame. If there is any eccentric loading or unsymmetrical loading is acting on the frame, then such frames will be a sway frame. So here there is a load of W is acting eccentrically in the member BC. Therefore, this unsymmetrical, that is eccentric loading acting on the BC, there will be a side sway occurs. Due to this unsymmetrical load acting on the frame, this will be a sway frame. So first check whether the loading is symmetrical or unsymmetrical. Next, second condition is unsymmetrical shape of the frame. If there is any unsymmetrical shape, that is here the length of the AB and length of CD is different. So here due to this unsymmetrical shape of the frame, that is due to different length of the column AB and CD, the frame will be a sway frame. Also there is a horizontal load of W2 is acting. So due to this horizontal load also, the frame will be a sway frame. Next one, non-uniform section of the members of the frame. Non-uniform section means the moment of inertia of the column will be different. Here the moment of inertia of AB is I1 and moment of inertia of CD is I2. That is the moment of inertias are different. That means the section of the column AB and section of the column CD are different, not same. So due to this non-uniform section of the column, there will be a sway occurs. That is, this frame will be a sway frame. If the member BC have different moment of inertia when compared to AB and CD, the beam BC does not have any sway. Only the column AB and CD have sway. So only check the moment of inertia of AB and CD. If the moment of inertia of AB and CD is I and the moment of inertia of BC is given as I2, there is a difference in moment of inertia of BC when compared to columns, then there will be no sway. Only check the moment of inertia, compare the moment of inertias of AB and CD only. AB and CD will have only sway, that is side sway moment. the BC does not have, that is axial deformation neglected. Hence BC does not have any sway, only the column AB and CD have sway. So check whether the moment of inertia of AB and CD is same or not. Fourth one, horizontal load acting on the load column of the frame. If there is any horizontal load acting on the column and there is no opposing load on this column CD, then due to this horizontal load there will be a sway occurs. So this will be also a sway frame. Here there is a load of W is acting on joint B. So due to this load there will be a side sway movement of the column occurs. If there is any load of same magnitude is acting in the opposite direction at joint C, the sway due to this load W will be resisted by this load acted on the joint C. Here there is no such loads, therefore this frame will be a sway frame. Fifth one, different end conditions of the column of the bottom frame. That is, if the support A and support B support are different, that is if A is a fixed end and if D is a hinged end, that is there is a difference in the support conditions. So due to the difference in support condition, there will be a sway occurs. Next one is settlement of the support of the frame. If the support A and support D are at the same level, there will be no sway. If there is a difference in the settlement, that is if B support is settled by delta amount, that is there is a difference in the support level, then the sway will occurs. Seventh one is combination of the above. So these are the 6 conditions to check whether the frame is sway frame or non-sway frame. Seventh one is combinations. So sometimes a frame have only one conditions of non-sway. Sometimes there are 2 or 3 conditions maybe there. So first, if you get a frame in the problem, then first check whether the frame is sway frame or non-sway frames. So check these 6 conditions whether it's satisfied or not. If any of the conditions or more than one condition is satisfied, then the frame will be a sway frame. So otherwise it's a non-sway frame. Non-sway frame can be analyzed by using same procedure as that of a continuous beam. So next, if the frame is a sway frame, what will be the change? Okay, next we will discuss about the analysis of frame with sway. So consider a frame. In this frame ABCD, whether check it is a sway frame or non-sway frame. So there is a horizontal load of P is acting along the span AB, along the column AB, and there is no opposing load of the same amount will not be acting on along the CD column. So due to this horizontal load acting on the column AB, there will be a chance of sway. Similarly, by considering the length of column AB and length of CD, their length of AB and length of CD will be different. So due to this difference in length of the column, again a chance of sway. That is, the 2 conditions are satisfied here. Horizontal load acting on the column AB, also different shape, different length of the column AB and CD. So due to this difference, due to these 2 conditions, the given frame will be a sway frame. Then, so here the support A and D will be same and the fixed support. Due to this same support A and support D fixed, and we know that the theta A, theta D will be 0. In slope deflection equation, we have theta A and theta B and delta. We have 3 unknowns, theta and delta. So in this frame, when we consider span AB, BC, CD, theta A value will be 0 and theta D value will be 0. And the unknowns will be theta B, theta C, and due to this sway frame, delta also unknown. So here number of unknowns will be 3. So we need equilibrium equations to solve these unknowns. So here B is a joint. Here B is a joint. So we have sigma MB equal to 0. That is the moment along the member BA plus moment along the member BC equal to 0. MBA plus MBC equal to 0. Similarly, next joint is C. Sigma MC equal to 0. That is MCB plus MCD equal to 0. So we get two equations, but we have three unknowns, so we need one more equation. So for Sway's frame, consider the for getting the third equation, consider the free body diagram of this column AB and CD. So first consider the free body diagram of column AB. So here at the support A there is a fixed end. So due to this fixed end there is a horizontal, vertical and moment. All are taken in the positive direction. The final moment also considered, that is MAB, and it is applied in clockwise direction, that is positive value is considered here. Similarly at the joint B is a continuous support. Continuous support is a fixed support in case of frame. So here also vertical, horizontal and moment all are taken in the positive. So also there is a load of P is acting at a distance A from the B. This is joint B. So here MAB and MBA is the final moments, and HA is the unknown horizontal reaction. So we need to find this horizontal shear at the support A. So to determine this support reaction HA, consider taking moment about the joint B. So first this HA into what will be the distance? HA into length, HA into LAB, that is in anti-clockwise direction. HA into, when we take moment about B, HA into LAB will be anti-clockwise direction. So HA into LAB is equal to, next clockwise moments, then MAB will be clockwise, then next moment MBA, also load P into distance, P into A. So P into A again anti-clockwise direction. This P into distance A, that is moment about the point B equal to P into A. P into A also anti-clockwise direction. So we get HA into LAB plus P into A is equal to MAB plus MBA. Therefore HA is equal to MAB plus MBA minus P into A by LAB. So we get the horizontal reaction, horizontal shear at the support A when we consider the free body diagram of column AB. So take that column and if there is any horizontal load acting on the AB, and consider that free body diagram and taking moment about the point top joint B, then write down the horizontal shear, that is horizontal reaction HA in terms of the loads and moments. Similarly consider the joint CD. Consider the member column CD. Here also take moment about the point C. So here HD is the unknown. HD into distance, HD into length of the column CD. So HD into CD is anti-clockwise direction. HD into CD is equal to anti-clockwise direction, which is equal to what? MCD, MDC and MCD. MDC and MCD clockwise direction. So we get HD is equal to MDC plus MCD by LCD. There is no horizontal load along the member CD, only the final moments acting. So the reaction HD is equal to MCD plus MDC by LCD. So we get the horizontal reactions MCD plus MDC. Then consider the horizontal equilibrium of these columns. Consider the horizontal equilibrium of these columns. Horizontal equilibrium means sigma horizontal force is equal to 0. Here HA is a horizontal force, P is horizontal force. Similarly along the member CD, HD is horizontal force. So consider both a member, both AB and CD, and apply the sigma horizontal force is equal to 0. Sigma horizontal force is equal to 0 means HA plus HD plus P equal to 0. So this equation is known as shear equation, horizontal equation for the frames. It is also known as shear equation. So this will be our third equation, horizontal sigma H is equal to 0. So here we get HA in terms of MAB, MBA and P. HD get in terms of MCD and MDC. So substitute value of HA and HD in terms of these moments and P is a known value. P is given in problem. So by substituting the slope deflection equation values of MAB, MBA, MCD and MDC, we will get the third equation in terms of unknowns theta B, theta C and delta. So we get three equations, that is sigma MB equal to 0, sigma MC equal to 0 and shear equation HA plus HD plus P equal to 0. So by solving these three equations, we get the values of theta B, theta C and delta. So this is the analysis of frame with sway. So sigma MB, first equation sigma MB equal to 0. Sigma MB equal to 0 means MBA plus MBC equal to 0. MBA written in terms of slope deflection equation, MBC also written in terms of slope deflection equation. Theta B, theta C and delta is the unknowns. Similarly, sigma MC equal to 0 is the second equation. Here also theta B, theta C and delta are the unknowns. So sigma MC equal to 0 means MCB plus MCD equal to 0. Similarly, third equation, shear equation is HA plus HD plus P equal to 0. HA right in terms of moments MAB plus MBA and P. If there is any horizontal load acting on the column AB, P also there. Similarly, HD also MCD in terms of MCD and MDC. If there is any horizontal load acting along the member CD, that horizontal load will also there, and P is a given value in problem. So by using these three equations, here unknown theta B will be there, here also theta B, here theta C, here theta C. So again we will get, and also delta will be also there. So we have three equations with three unknowns. So by solving these three equations, we will get the value of theta B, theta C and delta. So this is the procedure for the analysis of frame with sway, that is sway frame. Okay, thank you.